Your heart's pounding, you can feel it in your chest, and you know exactly what's coming. The nerves, the shaky voice, and all eyes on you. I've been right there wishing for a quick escape. Sounds familiar? Public speaking can feel like the scariest thing in the world, but today I'm sharing practical tips that have helped me handle it so I can stand up and speak confidently, and you can too. Am I a pro at public speaking? Not really, but I've been in your shoes, terrified of speaking in public, even in small groups at Thanksgiving dinners, voice shaking, out of breath, embarrassed, and I was determined to overcome it. And honestly, nerves don't just go away. The one thing I've noticed, though, from all kinds of speakers, from comedians to politicians, is that we all feel nervous. It's how you handle it that makes the difference. But I'm going to share my top tips for calming those nerves and speaking confidently. We're going to go through it step by step, so next time you're ready to step up and own that delivery. First things first, let's get clear on what's happening inside of you. Public speaking nerves stem from our body's natural fight or flight reaction to being the center of attention. When you know all eyes are about to be on you, it's not about being scared of the people in the room. It's about the overwhelming perception that everyone is focused on you. Your body starts firing up, your heart pounds, adrenaline kicks in, and all this happens simply because you're in the spotlight. So remind yourself that this reaction is normal. It's a response hardwired into us, not an indicator that you're unprepared or incapable. Just knowing that this is your body's natural response can help to ease some of the pressure. This is big. When I'm nervous, it helps to remember that everyone in the room is just a regular person. They're human, they make mistakes, they get nervous too, and they're not there to judge me. Imagine the times you've seen someone else trip up, forget a line, or stutter. Most likely, you feel sympathy, not judgment. Thinking of your audience this way levels the playing field and reminds you they're there to listen, not to critique every word. Take comfort in the fact that your audience is made up of real people, not critics. Breathing is your secret weapon. When I get nervous, I tend to breathe out too fast, speaking quickly and running out of air. It only amplifies the stress. Think of it like swimming. Don't wait until you're out of breath before taking in more air. Instead, try this. Take 3 deep breaths before you start speaking to center yourself. Then, once you begin, take slow, measured breaths every few words to keep that steady rhythm. Do not expel all the air from your lungs. Try coming back out for air after every sentence or 2 small breaths. This keeps your voice even, your words clear, and your mind calm. If you're sitting at a table or waiting for your turn, you can do this silently so no one notices. Controlled breathing sends a message to your brain and body that you're in control, allowing you to speak more naturally without letting nerves take over. Deep breaths bring oxygen to your brain, naturally relaxing your body. Focus on slowing your breathing, centering your thoughts as you breathe, almost like a mini meditation. This calming focus can help ease your mind and steady your nerves. Here, I'm going to show you how to do it. Practice with me. Breathe in for 5 seconds, full lungs. And out. Starting strong is essential. Memorizing the first 3 sentences of your speech or presentation gives you an immediate confidence boost. It's like having a safety net. You know you'll get through those first few moments without fumbling, which makes it easier to keep going. You build up momentum, and this is your chance to make a good impression. So practice these lines until they come out effortlessly. Once you're into the flow, everything becomes much more natural. This one has saved me so many times. When I'm standing in front of a room full of people, I remind myself, I'm here to deliver a message. This isn't about me personally. The audience isn't focused on how I look or sound. They're there for the information. Think of yourself as a messenger with a purpose to communicate something valuable. By shifting the focus from me to the message, you'll feel more grounded and less self-conscious. Detaching a little bit like this makes it much more easier to focus on delivering well. Don't be afraid of silence. Taking small pauses is powerful. It gives your audience a chance to absorb your message and lets you regroup. If you rush through every sentence, you'll come across as nervous and overwhelmed. Pausing, on the other hand, shows confidence and gives your speech a natural conversational flow. So take your time. It's okay to pause and breathe before moving to the next point. If addressing the whole room feels intimidating, pick one person to focus on. Imagine you're speaking just to them, like you would in a friendly conversation. You can scan the room occasionally, but mentally keep it as a one-on-one interaction. This keeps things feeling natural and removes some of that performance pressure. It's a simple way to make public speaking feel more manageable. And you probably heard this one, a quick mental shift that helped me a lot as well. Tell yourself that your nerves are actually excitement. When your heart's pounding and you feel that rush, remind yourself, I'm excited to be here. This little trick reframes the adrenaline in a positive light. After all, this is your chance to share something meaningful and engage with people. Embrace that excitement and use it to fuel your energy. Sometimes we lose our place or get flustered, and that's okay. Having a few go-to phrases prepared can help you get back on track without missing a beat. Try things like, let me rephrase that, or could you repeat the question? These small phrases give you a second to regroup and keep things moving without showing you're nervous. Instead of memorizing your whole presentation, outline the main points you want to cover. Think of it like telling a story with a beginning, middle, and end. Having a clear outline will make it easier to navigate if nerves kick in, and if it also lets you focus on your ideas instead of recalling every word. Outlines allow you to be more flexible, adjusting to audience reactions without losing your place. If you're in a situation where you're waiting for your turn, use that time to breathe deeply, go over your opening lines in your head, and mentally focus on one friendly face in the room. This practice keeps you centered and ready for the moment you do need to start speaking. Don't let anticipation take over. Channel that energy into preparation instead. If all eyes on you feel overwhelming, try directing their focus elsewhere. Point to a slide, a number, or a visual on the screen. This gives you a chance to reset while the audience's attention shifts temporarily, allowing you to take a moment to breathe and stay calm. Now, if you observe skilled speakers, you'll notice they rarely rush. Take your time, let each word land. Slowing down shows confidence and gives you time to gather your thoughts. Remember, your audience needs time to process what you're saying, so give them space to keep up with you. Speaking at a steady pace shows control and leaves a stronger impression. Lastly, remember that it takes courage to stand up and speak, even if it's nerve-wracking. Remind yourself that you're here because you have something important to share. Embrace the fact that you're doing something most people shy away from. Even if you stumble, own it with confidence. It's not about being perfect, it's about showing up and delivering your message as best as you can. Public speaking might not come naturally at first. It is a learned skill. No one is born with it. These steps worked for me and they will work for you too, so you can manage your nerves and connect with your audience confidently. Start small. Practice often with smaller groups and give yourself grace along the way. The more you practice, the easier it will become, I promise. You got this. Quick side note, looking and feeling presentable with confidence is the only way you walk into that room. Now, the best way to practice looking confident is when you dress apart every single day in every setting. If you enjoyed this video, coming up next are the 8 focus areas women of high value never neglect. I'll see you there next.